Hi, it's a Sunday evening. Welcome to a little bit of off-brand video that's going to be posted on our HILT Academy website, or maybe it'll actually just be posted on my personal YouTube channel. I'm enjoying a Monte Cristo Afrique Select. It was actually it was actually about that long when I started it. It's a big old cigar, having a great time. And I'm partway through some Jefferson's Ocean. I'm out by the pool right now, and so I'm using plastic. I mean, it seems a little tacky, but I'm going to enjoy it anyway. Thought I'd share a couple of thoughts with you that I've been pondering for a while. Folks ask me from time to time to invest in some of their ideas, some of their endeavors, and we've had some fun building our own companies over the years. And some of them have been successful, some of them wildly, some of them kind of. They're not successful yet, or they're successful in one or two or three arenas, but not in the fourth or fifth arena that they need to be successful in. Anyway, we've had some fun learning a few things over time. If you're wanting people to invest in an endeavor that you are wanting to start, or wanting to grow, or wanting to pivot, let me share some things with you that might help you figure out what folks like me, and there's a few folks out there like me, are looking for when we invest and how we invest. So to start with, I want you to think about three steps: a lower step, and then a second step, and then a third step. And when I'm asked to invest, I will be asked sometimes to invest money, or sometimes to invest my expertise, or our reputation as companies, or something like that. And the first thing I look at is the first step on the investment, and that is investing in the person. So if you are the kind of person that I feel like I can invest in, that's the first level of investment, and it's a certain level of it. And I'm willing to risk time and energy and money and reputation, etc., because you are the kind of person that I want to invest in. What am I looking for? Somebody who probably has a really optimistic view in life, somebody who knows how to zoom out when things get difficult, somebody who's built for the storm. I'm looking for somebody who has grit and has demonstrated that kind of grit, and somebody who is curious and humble, confident in their idea, but they're willing to learn and learn quickly. And that's, by the way, not something that happens at a certain age or stage in life. That is probably the way you've been your entire life. So I'm looking for those as dependable competencies. And then so the first level is to invest in the person. Now each of these three levels begin with the letter P. So if I'm willing to invest in the person, then after a period of time, I may be willing to invest more, or other investors may want to come in at the second stage, the second step, which also begins with a P, and that's the promise. So we start by investing in you, the person, and then we will increase our investment, or other investors will join in after you, the person, have demonstrated a bit of a track record. Now we're investing in the promise. Now the promise is the idea, and it's the concept, it's the thing, and it's more than a subtly tested thing. You've tested it for a while. You know a little bit about it. The promise is we've tried this in small ways. We've created a minimum viable product. And that minimum viable product has been tested a little bit. And so now we can make a promise, a fairly certain promise, that we can grow this idea. It can go somewhere. It's going to get traction. Now that sometimes will attract investors who have not been willing to invest in you as the person. They don't know you that well. Maybe that's not their mental model when it comes to investing. They're really much more to invest in something that has a little more detail to it. So they're investing in the promise. Then there's a third kind of investor, or an investor like me or others similar to me, who would invest in the person, and then they'll invest more in the promise. Then the third kind of investor, or the third stage of investor, is somebody who will invest in the product. Person, promise, product. And it's in that order. And the product is a tested idea that has actually gone out into the marketplace of other ideas. People are willing to spend time and money on it. They're willing to pivot. When they see the product, they often think, I didn't even know I needed that, and now they need it. So now that's where the biggest investment in dollars and time typically comes in. Now, I think you may be making a mistake. It's one that I've seen made many times. If you feel like that you can't get investors in the first two categories, you can only get an investor in the third category. And that is you therefore have to spend a lot of time and a lot of risk just to get a product out there so that people will invest in that product. Well, if you go straight to that product, the biggest step of all, it's likely that you'll fail. And my advice to you is to make sure that you are the kind of person and that you surround yourself with the kind of people who investors like me or others who are types that are patient capital kind of people. We're willing to invest and wait 10 or 15 years for that to really pay off, as long as it's going in the right direction. And surround yourself with the kind of people that investors like me or others will invest in. Be the kind of person that we can entrust. Then as you then work the plan and surround yourself with people who are like you, people who are trustworthy, people who are energetic, and all the other characteristics that I listed a couple of moments ago, then you're going to, from that group of people that we have invested in, you're going to be able to create a promise. And then as you test that promise and float it around the marketplace and realize that it actually does have legs to it, there's more to learn, there's more to do, but it needs some backing. Now you can ask people to invest in the product. Don't reverse it, don't go the other way. You can't actually build a really good sustainable product if you don't have if you have not tested it in the promise stage, and you really don't have the ability to test things and learn very well in the promise stage if you don't surround yourself with the kind of people that are really trustworthy, highly energetic, and all the things that I talked about before. There you go. So 3 steps of investment: invest in the people, then invest in the promise, and then invest in the product. And I'm going to invest the rest of my Sunday evening in enjoying this. You know what? I might even have another one. And this will last me another 20 or 30 minutes, and yet I have another cigar that I might enjoy too. So there you go. A little bit of a Sunday evening thought. Hope all is well with you. Enjoy life. Life is good, even when it's not. Take care.